Hola, hola, hola. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll make sure that you guys can see me on both sides. All right. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Let me know if you could see me. Let me know if you could hear me well by leaving me a message there on the comments. How are you? My name is Maureen, and my page name is This Girls of Science. And today, if you're watching me, then if I'm bouncing my eyes, it's because you can watch me here live on Instagram right now, as of right now this morning, or you can watch me here on YouTube live as well. Today, we're going to be working with clay, and this is an air dry clay that we're going to be manipulating, and we're going to be making some clay mini clay flowers. So I'm going to show you right away. By the way, my name is Maureen and my page name is This Girls of Science. I am also you can find my handmade DIYs for home decorations that are always in a budget friendly, and that always I try to always have a neutral, more of an elegant style. So you could see all of my creations on Instagram. I'm sorry, on Facebook. Most of the time I'm always live there, but you could also see them on Instagram and also on YouTube. You could also find some of my designs on Pinterest. So make sure that you could look for His Girl Designs on Pinterest, on Instagram, and on YouTube. You'll find me under His Girls Designs Official, because one of my page, my original page was hacked there, so I had to create a second one. So that will be on Facebook only, under His Girls Designs Official. Now today I'm going to be working with clay, and this is the brand that I'm going to be working with, which is an air dry clay, very accessible to everyone, whether you buy it online or whether you buy it in the store, craft store near you. So this is an air dry clay. Now clays, if we're going to talk about clay, we're probably could spend the whole time talking about clay, so we're not going to do that. Just know that there are different kinds of clay and out there, depending on the base of what the clay is made of. This one is an air dry clay. Once you get it out and about, you have about an hour. Once you get it on the mat, you have about an hour to start working with it, and that is pliable. After that, it starts hardening because it's an air dry clay. Once you open this bag, make sure that you keep it moist. I usually put like a wet paper towel over where I opened it. But also once you are done working with it, make sure you cover it up really well with an airtight container. I usually wrap it with a plastic wrap and then put it in a Ziploc bag. So now, this is what we're going to be working on. And what are we going to be making today? We're going to be making some clay flowers. Now, I am a paper flower maker. You probably see some of my designs up there. If you see this, the tip of it. I'm a paper flower maker. I started about 5 years ago, and kind of like once the fever kind of run off, I kind of stopped. I was selling on Etsy a lot, and then I stopped. But now I'm going into really getting the hang of, or really interested on working with clay. So I've been kind of doing a little bit. So this is one of the ones that I worked this morning on Facebook. This was my Facebook Live. I'll show you here a little closer. Let me show you here. You can see a little closer. So this also is a little 99 cents. Is there anything out there that's worth 99 cents anymore? Well, this is. It was on, at least I'm in Florida, here in Tampa. This was on my local Michael's. So, and I'm going to show you how it comes. It does not come like that. It comes, let me see if I have another one. I think I do. It comes just like this. And it's by the brand Make Market, which is sold through Michael's. So here it is. They have rectangles, hexagon, and they have a square. All right, so let's get working so that we don't waste our time. We're going to be working for about 15 minutes. It's going to be about 15 minutes, total 20 minutes with the introduction and so on. So I'm going to be getting just a little piece of my clay. I'm going to use it from this side because this is what I've been using. And if you guys are watching me, let me know that you're watching by leaving me a comment on here. And also don't forget it helps me out by you just following, by you messaging, by you interacting, basically with me. It helps me to stay out there in this Facebook world. So what are the tools that we're going, I'm sorry, YouTube or Instagram world. So what are the tools that we're going to be needing besides the clay? I have here a little cup with an array of tools. I like having, you're going to be needing some spatulas. Now, some of these things you may not need right away. So, and a lot of the things, if you don't have that at home, you could also find substitutions. So you're definitely going to need a small scissors that has a thin blades here. These tools here, these rollers, metal rollers would be the best ones that I could tell you that yes, you're definitely going to need. They are very, very accessible and very, very budget friendly. Now this I got from the Dollar Tree, and this is from the Crafter Square section of the Dollar Tree, and it is not a silicone, I'm sorry, an acrylic board for stamps. But this works great for what we're going to be doing. You're going to need a spatula. You're going to need some wood glue for gluing this over here, and keep a water on hand. I also like to keep a little bit of a brush or a moist paper towel on hand. Let's get working. All right. So good morning. If you're watching me, today is February the 4th. That is today's 8th. In case you're wondering. Okay, so I'm going to just make a little snake on here. I'm going to take a little piece just like this of clay. From this, I really want my nice rounded tip, and we're going to create or just start turning it into a cone. So just with your fingers, you're going to manipulate that, and you just with your fingers, you're going to do. So here is my cone, just like this. Okay, here is my cone. There it is. Yeah, kind of looks like a light bulb, a miniature light bulb, if you're asking me. So then from here, I'm going to slice it. I'm going to just make a marking, and we're going to create 5 petals out of this. So for this, I'm going to off-center my cut. So notice that my cut is about 2/3 of the way. It is off-centered, about 2/3 of the way. So now with this side, with the thicker side or the wider side, I'm going to be doing 3 markings. I'm going to be creating from this side, I'm going to be creating 3 petals. See? Hi, how are you? Is it night? I can't really see my eyes with all of these glaring lights, maybe getting it wrong. All right, but let me know in the comments if you're watching me right now, if you're watching, where are you watching from? I am here in Tampa, Florida. Right out on the other side, in the opposite side that is not cut, thank you for the hearts, you all. I'm going to just slice it or just divide it into half. So here it is, don't want you to get it wrong. So now I have that little cone cut into 5s, and it looks kind of like a little star. So now from here, I'm going to be needing something that is going to help me to kind of manipulate this. And you all, I'm not kidding you. When I'm telling you, thank you so much for those hearts and comments. When it comes to, I'm not kidding you, when it comes to you use whatever, you substitute and use whatever you have on hand. This is for nails. This is for nails. Okay, I'm not kidding you. So here it is. So I'm going to get some other things that I may need to start helping me to manipulate this. So I'm going to start now going, and I hope you guys can see this well. And I'm going to start opening every single one of this. Every single one of this sides is going to now become a petal. Something fell. It's going to become a petal. So I'm going to use my fingers to kind of rest that on. There. So there it is already, a little open flower. So now we need to give it a little bit of what can I say, a little bit of dimension and or definition. So I'm going to take my little rolling tool here, and I hope you guys can see this well, and I'm going to roll the inside of my petals, leaving the outside still. Leaving the outside. Let me see if I could stand up and show you guys a little bit better. I wonder if on Instagram, if I could bring it closer. Oh, I could. You all, we are cooking with gas here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get you a little bit closer, and that will work even best. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. And only in the middle part of my petal will I be pressing. leaving the outside thicker. So there it is. As I'm pressing, I am elongating my petal, leaving the outside much thicker. Now, this petals, I'm going to use pinch here on the end. And curve down. See? I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to use a roller. Use the tip of my finger to kind of roll it down. And I'm going to come and pinch and roll down. Pinch. See how I'm using my finger, the tip of my finger, to kind of give it that curvature that it needs. And pinch and roll down. By the way, let me know where you guys are watching from. I would just love to know, not because I'm nosy. I'm just honestly just fun to know how far do we reach. That's just really, to me, it's just, just awe. Just like to know that. I'm going to just divide this little tiny bit here. Well, I'm just looking for the best tool there. Here we go. This one just needs to just do that pinching and rolling down. So now here is the cute, sweet little flower that we have, y'all. Now let's go ahead and mark it. Let's go do a little bit more of the things that we need to do. I have a needle, and with my needle, because this is such a small flower, I am pressing down gently, and each one is kind of getting some little definition there. Now I am leaving my flowers this color, this natural color of the clay. You are welcome to paint something like this, but I would recommend, honestly, if you could paint the clay or add the color to your clay prior to forming your flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and pinch them and curl them in together. There it is. Now this part of the flower, thank you for those that are joining. Happy day. And I see somebody said happy birthday to someone. Happy. And you're in Iowa. Thank you for joining from all the way from Iowa. Andres, thank you for joining. Gracias por estar por aquí. So here it is. I'm joining. I'm cutting. I'm thinning it out. I'm thinning it out. And that is because here we're going to cut. We don't need that. Just like that. Now, if you want to put little stamps on here, now you have a choice. I'm going to go ahead and get this little cone tool. You see that? It's kind of like a little star. I'm going to go ahead and just press it on here. And that gives me a little bit of an inside of my flower. Now, here it is. Here's the choices that you have. I could make small little circles, tiny ones, and insert them on there and put little ones on there. But I want to see how we could do the inside of that, but I want to be able to give it something a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and take, these are insides, I'm sorry for the crackling, but these are, see how these are just little pieces of the inside of our flower. You will think that I will know all of this anatomy, proper anatomy name. Would that be they're not stems? I forgot what they're called, so forgive me. I'm gonna cut about 5 of them, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put them all together. Yikes! I'm gonna put them all together here, and I'm going to roll them, and I'm going to push them into the middle of my little flower. Some will be higher than the others because nature, you have things. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty? Tell me if that's not lovely. I think it is. You all, I started this right here on my Facebook Live this morning. And this is going to be needing a little bit more flowers. And I'm going to show you this one first. And I'm going to show you just one more, which is going to be a rose. So I am going to get a little mount here, just a little bit of clay. And we're going to mount it over here because, you know, clay loves to get glued up to clay. And I'm using some wood glue, and the reason why I like using wood glue is because wood glue has a little bit, it has less moisture. I'm going to be adding that. I'm going to be adding some wood glue here. And this is where my flower is going to be joining. Now, once I know that it is making a connection there, I'm going to just add a little bit of more wood glue from the bag. Do not add hot glue. It's not going to do a thing for you because it's not going to adhere because of the moisture on the clay. So here it is so far. We have a rose and we have kind of like it looks like a 5-petal flower, and another one of those a 4-petal one. So that's just what we have so far. I'm going to show you just one more flower, which is going to be a rose really, really quickly. And that will be going on this side. And notice that I have some leaves. So go over to my Facebook and I'm going to show you that in just a second. And you will see everything from start to finish. Let me go ahead and bring you back a little bit more so I could see you and you could see me. But I'm going to just go ahead and really, really quickly, I'm going to roll this into a snake. And we're going to do a quick rose. Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm going to make it quick, though. I'm going to make it quick. Put my tools out of the way. And with this one, we're going to go ahead, and it's going to be a slightly bigger than the one that I had. So I'm going to go ahead and make about probably like about 3 centimeters. And for the rose, we're going to want about 8 petals at least. So each one of these is going to be a petal. We're going to quickly roll just like this into a ball. And once you roll it into a ball, you kind of want to put it in a gradual sizing. So just go from smallest to largest. At least that's how I like it. That's how I like to keep it organized. Each one of these balls are going to be becoming our petals. By the way, if this is your first time watching me, make sure you hit that follow button. Or subscribe button. Do not go home without it. No, honestly, it just helps me to continue to grow. These are completely free tutorials that just for the love of the art, right? Just for the love of the art that we're doing this. All right, so we're coming down to the end, and so far, at least I know that I have about a dozen petals. So let me make sure that I tell you which one. How many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So I was off by 1. All right. By the way, I am using a silicone mat, and this one is found at the Dollar Tree. I did use using another piece of paper underneath, so just to make it visible a little bit easier for you to see. All right, so now thank you for those that are joining here on YouTube. Make sure that you press the follow button, and you can see many different tutorials on my live. All right, so I'm going to go ahead on my channel. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and get this is a little board, and this is for stamps. You press your stamp on here and use it for stamps. I'm using it for this because I love how you could see that it's see-through. Things will not stick on here. And you want your petals about the same thickness. And just, you remember, it's by thickness, not by size. Some petals might be slightly larger, depending on the size of your little ball. So I'm going to go ahead and put them here. Now I could see that gradually how they go. And we're going to just quickly, very, very quickly, just press them down, and they are becoming about, I want to say about an inch round. Would that be the radius? Should have paid more attention in my math class, right? All right. And don't forget, if you're liking what you see, don't forget to give this a little thumbs up or a little loving heart. All right, now that we have all of these done, going to start getting a little bit of a cone here with my rest of my clay. A little bit of a cone. On my cone, I'm going to just do a little bit of a definition. So this is my little cone. All right, let's go ahead and get you closer. Ready to come close to me? Okay, sorry for the back and forth, but I think it's easier for you to see. So here it is. So I'm going to, where is my wet? I'm gonna have my cup that I just dropped. I'm gonna get my little brush. I'm gonna dip it in water. I'm going to get this cone kind of a little bit wet. I'm going to take my smaller petals and I'm going to wrap them just like so. Take my other small petal and go on the opposite side and wrap just like so. So it kind of looks like a mouth there. You see that? It kind of looks like a mouth. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my brush, wet my petals, the ones that you just laid on. And in between these here, I'm going to put yet another one. I'm going to press those edges here with my fingers. I'm going to put that on there. See that? Let's come to the opposite end. Press with your fingers down one of the sides of the outer side here, and I'm going to come position it. Now I am going to just round it up a little bit. Perfect. Now with your petals, I'm going to put this on the side here. I'm going to stand it up. With these rest of my petals, I'm going to, I think YouTube is a little bit too close. Okay. With the rest of my petals, I'm going to just thin them out on one side, and I'm going to lay them on a line. And that is because I am going to put one next to the other, and they're going to be overlapping just a little bit. Just a very, very little bit. If you're wondering what I'm doing, see that rose right there? That is what we're making. I'm going to overlap. I'm going to press on one side, and that's going to thin out or give a little bit more of the realistic look to our petals. Overlap, overlap. And kind of want to keep them more of a uniform side here as I'm laying them one on top of the other. When they're overlapping just a little bit, don't want them to be too high and too low. Want to keep it more going straight on a line. There is moisture in between them, so you will see that they will attach to each other. Okay, so now I have a total of 2, 6, 8, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 petals. I'm going to take my little brush and I'm going to just roll just a little bit of water on them. And that is going to help me to adhere everything to each other. I'm going to take my rosebud here and I'm going to roll that here on one end. You could see that well on Instagram. I'm going to roll that here on one end, and with the help of my little spatula, I'm going to go ahead and start rolling it together. Rolling it together. And as you roll, you kind of want your petals to kind of get a little, can I say it? Let me see. Let me find the words. Get a little higher. Let me see. In other words, this is what you want. See, I want my rosebud to kind of be dug in there. Now, as I'm doing it, your first thing that you want to do is to start opening them up. But go ahead and press down here on the bottom. Because you do want them to be, you just roll them. So now you just want them to really be kind of attached to it themselves. And the minute that I do that, you'll see that my petals will start opening up, and I'm going to just roll and roll. See what I'm doing here? Creating like a little neck. Now I'm going to take my petals and using my fingers for them to rest on, getting the help of a little spatula. Going to start bending them down to reveal the very beautiful rose. I'm going to go ahead and just roll. See, it's easier with my little roller. Now this is going to depend on how open you want your flower to be. Just be gentle with them. They're brand new baby petals. Hey, if you are liking this, if you're loving this, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this being done. Going to just moist my flower just a little tiny bit. That way, as I'm taking them apart or as I'm manipulating them, I make sure that I am not ripping. See, this one, it keeps coming off, so I'm going to make sure that it gets glued on there, but just adding water. And there it is, you all. Here is our new baby rose. See that? I think this one was the only one that kind of is not holding on there. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. Thank you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like what you see. Going to go ahead and put it right here towards my end here. Going to snip, snip, snip some of these endings here. We don't need that. I'm going to use the same thing here. Use my wood glue. And this is the last flower that I'm going to show you today. Now remember, if you want to see more of what I am creating right now, don't forget to leave it in the comments. Say, hey, can you do some more of that? This petal is just not sticking. And you'll have some stray petals like that. You'll see. So I'm going to just move it into place. And it looks like it needs just a little bit of a lift down there. There. And that way it's going to help me hold it into place. There. All right, so it looks like it's going to need a little bit of probably another one of these flowers and some fillers, but I'm going to finish for today. I want to keep this short. I'm going to finish for today, and I'm going to do that one probably outside and add some more leaves just like this one. Don't forget, if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know. Give it some love. Like what you see. And leave me a comment if you want to see more of the same. All right, don't forget, my page name is Sis Grows Designs. My name is Maureen, and I love creating and bringing you, inspiring you to create. So don't forget, may God bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, and may God grant you his peace. Have a beautiful Tuesday, and come back to me. All right, have a good one. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you. Adios.